Hello everyone, welcome to third grade math, and today our lesson is about estimation and mental math. So what we're going to learn today, our learning goals are to estimate sums and differences. So addition and subtraction, and we'll use rounding, which we learned in previous classes, and we'll use rounding to make quick estimates. So we want to focus on getting the answer fast. And when by estimate, we don't want the exact answer. We just want like an answer that's like than the actual close to the actual answer. So like if the actual answer is like 79, like estimating could estimate it as like 80. So another goal is we use mental math strategies to solve problems. So mental math is when you do math inside your head. So you won't use like paper and pencil. You're not writing anything down. You have to do it all in your head. And we can use these mental math strategies to solve problems quickly. So today's main focus is to be able to do math fast. And sometimes you don't have to get the exact answer, but an answer that's close. You should also be able to explain your thinking clearly. So you have to understand the strategies clearly. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So what is estimation? Estimation means finding a number that is close to the exact answer. And we use estimation to check our work, make quick decisions, because estimation helps us do math quickly because it gives us very easy numbers to add or subtract, like multiples of 10. It's very easy to do, addition or subtraction to multiples of 10. So that's how we can make quick decisions using estimation. And just like that, we can solve problems faster. So why is estimation helpful? We estimate when we don't need an exact answer, and you can also use estimation um, when you want to save time. Since it helps us get an answer quickly, we can use it to save time. And we can also use estimation if you want to see if an answer makes sense. So like if you compare the estimated answer to the real answer, it should be pretty close. So since we're learning estimation and mental math, I want to talk about like why we need to learn these two, like the connection between them, how we can use both of them to do math. So here we see estimation plus mental math equals quick and smart decisions. Because estimation helps us make like harder numbers very easy to do math with. Like if you wanted to do 79 plus 67, then like if you want to do that in your head very quickly, would be very hard. But instead of that, we can just do 79. We can round 79. We round 79 to 80. And we can round 67 to 70. Now we can easily do 70 plus 80 to get 150. And that's pretty close to the real answer that we would get. And we did this all in our head, so that's where mental math comes in. So using these, we can make quick and smart decisions. Since we did that problem very quickly, and we can make decisions faster. And we use estimation and mental math together to round, break apart numbers, and solve problems easily. This is what today's lesson is all about. It's about solving problems very easily and quickly. So we already learned rounding in previous classes, so I'll just do like a quick review. So whenever we're rounding, um, you look at the ones place or tens place or anything like that, depending on which place value you're rounding to. So if you're rounding to the nearest tens place, you look at the ones place. If you're rounding to the nearest hundreds place, you have to look at the tens place. So you look at that place value, and if the number there is 5 or more, then you round up. So you go to the next biggest 10. And if it's 4 or less, then you round down, and that place value stays the same. So here are two quick examples. We have 47. So since we're rounding to the nearest 10, we look at the ones place, which is 7. And 7 is 5 or more, so we round up. So 47 goes to the next biggest 10, which is 50. And then the ones become 0. Now for 32, we look at the ones place, which we're rounding to the nearest 10. And the 2 is 4 or less, so that means we have to round down. When we round down, the tens place stays the same, and the ones place becomes 0, so we get 30. So yeah, this is the tip here. Look at the ones place. If it's 5 or more, round up. If it's 4 or less, round down. This is what's important. Yeah. So let's move on to estimating, and we'll focus on estimating in addition. So when you're estimating, what do you have to do? You have to, this is the steps. First step is round each number. And then once you get the rounded number, then you have to add them together. So it's very simple. You already know rounding, you learned rounding, and you just addition. So you already know how to estimate basically. So let's do an example here. I'll go through it with you. We have 48 plus 36. So if you wanted to do this problem quickly, we will just estimate it. So the first step is to round each number. So 48 round to the nearest 10 is 50, because remember 8 is 5 or more, so we round up. So the tens place increases by 1, which becomes 5, and the ones place becomes 0, so we get 50. And next we estimate 36. So look at the ones place, and 6 is 5 or more, so we round up. The tens place increases by 1, so it becomes 4, and ones place becomes 0, so we get 40. So 48 rounds to 50, and 36 rounds to 40. So the next step is to add the rounded numbers. So now we can just add 50 and 40, and we'll get 90. And what's important to know here, 50 and 40 are both multiples of 10. Multiples of 10 are always easy to add or subtract or anything. So that's what makes estimating very fast, since we're adding multiples of 10. So yeah, we have 3 more example problems here, and I'll go through them with you, and then we can see the answers in the next slide. So estimate 72 plus 19. So the first step, we're going to round these two numbers. So 72 rounded to the nearest 10 is 70. And then 19 rounded to the nearest 10 is 20, because 9 is 5 or more, so you round up. So now I have 70 plus 9 plus 20. 70 plus 20 is 90. So 72 plus 19 is about 90. And you don't say equal to, you have to say about, because you don't know the exact answer, and when you're estimating, you always use about. And then let's do another problem. 34 plus 28. So we have to round both the numbers first. 34 round is the nearest 10. 4 is 4 or less, so we round down. So 34 becomes 30. And then 28 is rounded up because 8 is 5 or more. So 28 becomes 30. So now we have 30 plus 30, which is about 60. Which is equal to 60, and 34 plus 28 is about 60. So last problem here, 55 plus 46. So 55, the ones place is 5 or more, so we round up. So 55 is rounded to 60. And then let's round 46. So 6 is 5 or more, so we round up. So 46 becomes 50. So 55 becomes 60 plus 50. 60 plus 50 is 110. So 55 plus 46 is about 110. So here we got 90, 60, and 110. So let's check our answers on the next slide. Yeah. So here they did the same steps as us. 72 becomes 70. 19 is rounded to 20. Then you add 17 and 20 together. It's equal to 90. And same thing here, 34 rounds to 30 plus 28, which rounds to 30, so 30 plus 30, 60. 55 rounds to 60, and 46 rounds to 50, so 60 plus 50 is equal to 100. So the thing is, if you add 72 plus 19 normally, you would get 91. And you can see that 91 is very close to 90, so our estimate is like very close. So that's why estimating is helpful, because you always get like similar answer. And again here, 34 plus 28 is actually equal to 62, and our estimated answer was 60. So see, it's very close, and it's you can use estimating if you want to do math quickly. So we did addition before, now we're estimating differences, which is subtraction. So it's the same procedure, except instead of, after rounding each number, instead of adding, we're subtracting the rounded numbers. So we already learned this. We're just rounding 93 to 90, and we're rounding 48 to 50, and we're just subtracting them. So 98 minus 50 is 40. So we have some more practice problems here. If you want, you can do them by yourself, and then at the end we will check our answers. And try not to use paper or pencil. Try to do it in your head, because that's the goal of this lesson. We want to be able to do math quickly in our head. So, okay, let's do this together. 81 minus 29. So first we round 81, and since the ones place is 4 or less, we round down. So 81 becomes 80. And then 29, we round 29 up to 30. So 80 minus 30 equals 50. Next we have 67 minus 21. So first we round 67. So 67 has to be rounded up, so it becomes 70. Minus 21, which since 1 is less than 4, we have to round down, so it becomes 20. So 70 minus 20 is equal to 50. And finally, last question, 54 minus 38. So 54 has to be rounded down to 50 because 4 is 4 or less. So 50 minus 38, and 38 has to be rounded up because 8 is more than 5. So it becomes 40. So 50 minus 40 equals 10. So let's check our answers. Here we got 50. Here, yeah, we got 50, and here we got 10. Yeah, so we saw 80, 80 minus 30. These are just the rounded versions of it. So 81 and 29 are rounded to 80 and 30, which is about 50. So now let's learn some mental math strategies. So mental math, again, like I said, we can help um, um, mental math is how we do math inside our head without using any paper or pencil. So I have a few strategies to help you learn mental math. So the first strategy is make a 10. So we break apart numbers to make 10. And like I said before, uh, using like tens is very easy with, and you can easily do addition and subtraction with them. So our example here, we have 8 plus 6. So we know we can break apart 6 into 2 plus 4. And 2 plus 4 is 6. So we're not changing anything. We're just breaking 6 apart into 2 plus 4. And since we know 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. So this 2 here from the 6, we're adding it to the 8 to make it 10, which is here. And then we bring this remaining 4 and we add that to the 10, which gives us 14. So this is how we're breaking the 6 apart, and we're making the 8 into a 10, and then we add the 10 to the remaining part of the 6. So mental math strategy number 2 is doubles. So we know doubles facts like 5 plus 5 is 10, 6 plus 6 is 12, 7 plus 7 is 14, 8 plus 8 is 16, 9 plus 9 is 18, 10 is 12. So those are double facts. So let's take an example. 7 plus 8. So we already know from our double facts that 7 plus 7 equals 14. We can break apart this 8 into 7 plus 1. So we have 7 plus 7, which is 14, and that remaining 1 from the 8, and we add that 1 at the end, and we get 15. So 7 plus 8 is 15. And you can easily do this in your head. Mental math strategy number 3 is breaking apart numbers. And you can do this strategy when you're working with bigger numbers, like 40, 46 and 23. So let's do this example. So first of all, we're breaking apart 46 into 40 plus 6, and we're breaking apart 23 into 20 plus 3. So by doing that, we can put the 40 and 20 together since they're multiples of 10, and multiples of 10 are always easy to add. And then we take the 6 and 3 and add them separately. So we take the 40 plus 20, which becomes 60, and then 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9, and at the end we add 60 plus 9, which is 69. So the main thing here, we're breaking apart the tens and the ones, and then we add the tens, and then we add the ones, and at the end we add everything together. So I've got some questions, quick mental math practice. and you can use any strategy that you want. So we'll start with the first one, 9 plus 7. So for this problem, we can use um, breaking apart into tens strategy. So since 9 is very close to 10, and 9 plus 1 equals 10, so we can bring that 1 from the 7 and add that to the 9. So we get 10 plus 6. Since 7 is 6 plus 1, and we brought that 1 to the 9, we can get 10. And we have to add the remaining 6 to the 10. So 10 plus 6 equals 16. Next, we can break numbers apart. We can use this strategy for this one. So we add all the 10s, which is 40 plus 30, and then we add all the 1s, which is 8 plus 0. So 40 plus 30 is 70, and then 8 plus 0 is 8. So then we do 70 plus 8, which is 78. And same thing here. We can break this apart into tens. So 60 minus 20, and then 3 minus 0. So 60 minus 20 is 40, and then 3 minus 0 is 3, and then you add those two together. So you get 43. And finally, the last one, you can also you can use any strategy for this. So for this one, I'm going to do breaking numbers apart to make a 10. So instead of just making 10, you can also make 20. You can make any multiple of 10, like 10, 20, 30. So for this one, the closest one we can make is 20. So since 16 is closer to 20, so how much do I need to add to 16 to make 20? 4, right? So I take 4 from 15 and add it to 16, which makes it 20. And in the 15, after taking away 4, we have remaining 11. So we do 11 plus 20, which is very easy to do. 20 plus 11 is 31. So we have to decide when should we estimate or when should we solve. So here are 3 questions, 3 situations, and you have to tell if you have to estimate or solve. Remember, estimating is when you don't need the exact answer, you just want to like an answer that's close. And solving is when you have like the exact answer. So the first situation is you want to know if you have about enough money to buy 2 snacks. So the key word here is about. And before I said we always use about when we're estimating. So think about this if you should estimate or solve. And if you said, and the correct answer is estimate for this one, since it says the word about. Next one, you want to know your exact score on a test. Like, should you estimate or solve? And if you said solve, that's correct, because the question says you want to know your exact score. When you want to know the exact value of something, you always solve. And last question, you want to see if an answer makes sense. And the correct answer for this one is estimating. Like in the beginning, we said how you should estimate if you want to see an answer make sense, because estimating always gives you an answer that's close to the exact answer. So if you want to save time, you just want to see if it makes sense, always estimate. So we're done with the presentation, and we're just gonna do a summary. So try to answer these questions by yourself. What is estimation? And why is estimation helpful? Like, why do we use it? And then try to solve these problems by yourself. Estimate 67 plus 29 and use mental math to solve 17. I'll give you some time to do that by yourself. So let's go over the answer to these questions. What is estimation? So estimation is when you find a number that's close to the exact answer. So the next question, why is it helpful? Because we use estimation because it's very quick, and we use it when we don't need an exact answer or when we're saving time. So the final two questions, estimate 67 plus 29. So the first step when we're estimating is we round both the numbers. So 67 is rounded up to 70 because 7 is 5 or more when the ones place
సార్ మా
is
సార్ అది మా ఫాదర్ ఈరోజు అటు లొత్తునూరు వెళ్తున్నారు. అయితే
then
అక్కడికి అది ఆ 4 కంప్యూటర్స్
29
తీసుకొస్తున్నారు.
rounded up is
మీ నెంబర్ ఉందా మా నాన్నది దగ్గర? పంపిస్తా.
round 29 up to 30.
సో ఒకసారి మాట్లాడండి.
So 70 plus 30 equals 100. So 67 plus 29 is about 100. Finally, we'll use mental math to solve 17 plus 18. So what we can do is we can, we can try to make a 10. So since 17 and 18 are both close to 20, you can try to make 20 out of one of them. So 18 is closer to 20 than 17. So I'm going to make 18 20 and then add that to whatever's remaining of 17. So 18 plus what is equal to 20? That would be 2. So we need to take 2 out from 17 and take that 2 and add it to 18 to make it 20. So when we do that, 17 becomes 15 and then 18 becomes 20. So 20 plus 15 is equal to 35. So that's how we use mental math to solve 17 plus 18. So here I have a worksheet for us to do. And yeah, so we have this first 6 problems, which are like really pretty easy. And then I have another 5 problems that are challenging, and we won't go over them, but you can try them. I'll give you some time to try them by yourself. So let's go over the first problem. So we can do either. Let's solve this one mentally. Since I noticed that this one has a 9 in the ones place and this has a 1, so we can easily make a 10. So we take this 9 and then we add it to 61. So
Sir, first one answer is 90.
Yeah, that's right. So we take this 9, add it to 61, this becomes 70. And since we're subtracting 9 from 20, this becomes equals 90. That's correct. 90 is correct. So next one, let's estimate this one. Estimate. So what we do, we round 82. 82 rounded down becomes 80. and then we round
Listen and respond.
27 up.
Right.
Sir, second one answer is 51.
54.
We're estimating this one. So when you're estimating, you don't want the exact answer. You just want an answer that's close. So we have to round it. So 82 rounded is 80, and 27 rounded is 30, which is 80 minus 30 is 50. So this one, you guys can try it. Do number 3.
The third one. 61.
61, that's correct.
The third one answer 65.
Do you want to try the sixth one? Round,
Wait.
round
7 plus
373 to the nearest 100.
Right.
7 plus 12.
12.
7 plus 5, 12, sir.
Yeah. So
12.
next, try this one. Number 6.
Yes, 12, correct.
Do number 6.
What is it?
Can you hear your voice?
Yes. The 99.
Yeah, 99. That's correct.
Very good, Ritvik.
So these questions are harder.
Answer.
If you want to try, you can do it. So
Okay, sir.
these
Right.
ones are harder questions.
Yes, sir.
You also do it. You
Sir, 425.
Yeah,
425.
it's 435. So 435. That's the answer.
35.
35.
yes, 35. You missed
Second one answer 325.
Try number 2. Second one.
You didn't add this carry. See.
Yeah.
It's,
Left,
it's,
left
One
click.
325 answer.
It's 400. This one. Number 2.
Second one 325 answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, try this one. Number 3.
Sir 85. Sir 85.
Yeah, that's correct. This one. Number 4.
48 plus 47.
48 plus 47.
Sir fourth one answer 95. 95.
See.
95.
90. Correct.
Abba, 95.
Last
That's
one.
right.
This is
Last one. 67 plus
5 plus
27.
27.
125.
How much?
Minus
190.
40.
Minus 20.
Sir fifth answer 152 answer.
Yeah, that's correct.
You do Ray. You do. First plus 125 plus 67. After minus 40.
Yeah. 152 is the answer. That's correct.
It is less than
Yeah, everyone did a good job. That's it. Class is done for today.
Thank you. Say thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Akshaj. It was very good, really good. I liked it, today's class.